Hughie and we fell in love quite quickly. It felt very natural from day one. Within 2 years, he'd proposed. After we got married, we had Rory.
Hey, chaps.
Hughie was the most amazing father.
Just gonna win, Rory. Just gonna be daddy.
He was like a really fun dad.
Who can bounce the highest?
Me.
And it wasn't long before we began to think about having another baby. It felt like we had hit a stage in our lives where everything was going exactly according to plan. Hughie began to feel a constant ache in his hip. And I remember really clearly driving him to the hospital. I waved him off and just presumed that he would be back within a couple of hours. I FaceTimed him and I could see that he was frightened. And he said, they're talking about cancer. Things felt very scary at that point. I was 3 or 4 months pregnant. We were facing quite significant surgery and then 6 rounds of chemotherapy. The doctors were very confident that it had been successful. Then Rafferty came along and really felt like we had something so positive to focus on. So joyful, it was magical. Then he started to complain about the pain again. He became a sort of shell, I think. He couldn't do the things that he wanted to do with the children and be a father in the way that he wanted to be. All of the essence of him, all of the hope had been drained out of him. And then I just remember him saying, I'm not going to see the boys grow up. He just tried to give them as many memories as he could. Rory would come up and Hughie would read him a story. Yeah, they were really special moments. I was really frightened about how to tell Rory what was going on. I said to him, the doctors can't make Daddy better. Do you know what that means? And he said no. And I said, darling, it means that Daddy is going to die. And he just went, oh, but who's going to be my daddy then? It's just impossible to think about what we've been through as a family.
Yes, I'm feeling really dizzy.
And what we're still going through.
Can I be Charlie?
I try and talk about Hughie every day with the boys. And he recorded himself reading some bedtime stories.
Rory loves rainbows. His daddy always helps him find one after a storm.
You know, we just have to get through this. Except it's not get through, because it makes it sound like there's something, that there's another side of this, and it really isn't. It's always going to be there with us, and we just mould ourselves around it.